Hey, how's it going? It's Adrienne Elise. I just wanted to pop in and talk to you about what's going on in the stars. We're in this massive shifting time as we prepare for Mercury to turn direct tomorrow, Sunday, April 15th. And you can just kind of feel it in the air. We're feeling some spring type feelings of this opportunity of a new direction. But at the same time, we're having this intense energy of feeling Chiron, the wounded healers. It's like squeezing the energy up around of this Pisces. It's like it's extracting this Pisces energy at this critical degree, at the very last degree. So everybody that I know right now is having their wounds, their places in their life where they feel injured, where they feel thwarted, where they feel blocked, where they feel oppressed. These are all coming up right now. But there's also this sense of hope and solutions and like, oh, I'm so ready to claim this opportunity to move forward. Okay. So on Sunday, what happens is this new moon in Aries, and that is in conjunction to Uranus. So Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. So we're having a bunch of information come in about our future, the Aquarian age. And Uranus rules this like lightning fast, a synchronicity type of energy. And so keep an eye out. There's this really wild lining up here over these next few days of opportunities for synchronicities and information to come through, unexpected information. And so Uranus is like a lightning bolt. It was discovered around the time of electricity, and it's got this energy of kind of like, whoa, wait, what just happened? And once you see the truth, this is the deal with like the lightning lit up the room, right? And you kind of were like, oh, okay. And then even if the light goes back off, you can't unsee what you've seen. You can't unsee the truth. And this is kind of the energy of going on right now. So the woundedness, this energy of where we're all kind of like facing what's keeping us in our psyche, our belief systems, this traumas from the past that are keeping us from moving forward. These are coming up so we can get a new understanding and move on. So we've got the sun and the moon in Aries with Uranus just right there, just so powerful. And we've got Mercury retrograde in Aries turning direct. So Aries is about like the sense of self and your right to exist. It's the root chakra. It's the first sign of the zodiac. It's the astrological spring. And so it's saying like, can you sprout from your seed? Or what is preventing you from sprouting from your seed? What's preventing you from being who you really are? Do you have permission to exist in the way that you would like to exist in this realm? And this is so strong right now because the sun and the moon coming up with Uranus is highlighting the last 7 years of Uranus in Aries. And Uranus is a revolution. It's that like, whoa, like radical shift. And so it's telling us that we're having a revolution around our right to exist, to be who we really are. And so Mercury retrograde in Aries is giving us this like confirmation kind of understanding. So whenever Mercury goes direct, we get new information. Okay. But this is our basic day-to-day understanding. So the wild thing is that the sun and the moon together with Uranus, who rules out there information from the realms, like intuition coming in and the truth, the flashes of big, massive truth in your life. So that's a lot to happen all at one time, especially coming out of this like Mercury retrograde and what's going on and where am I going and what's the point? And people are just kind of feeling like, you know, lost a little bit and kind of like all this old stuff coming up and just feeling like, oh, am I ever going to get anywhere? And indeed we have had one thing after another this 2018, it kind of, even though we had all those planets direct, there's still this feeling of like not quite getting into the energy. Like we can't quite move into this new chapter. Maybe that's because this new chapter is radically different from what we thought it might be. So part of Aries is this true personality and the breakdown of the ego. And so we're kind of like shaking off this false personality, and where our life is like how our life is set up is based on somebody who we used to be, you know, or somebody that the this world has told us that we are. And now people are saying, I want my life to be what I want it to be. And I have that right because I am a breathing, living human in a body consciousness. And it's time to take our world back. So this is the really potent energy because Chiron, the wounded healer, right now at the last degree of Pisces, wallowing in this confusion, being like, oh God, I'm just here in my wounds again. And I really thought I was getting somewhere. But about to move over that Aries point. So 0 degrees Aries is like, bam, it's a spark of creation. It's conception. It's just like life, new life coming in. So where is this new life coming in? It's coming into our woundedness. It's coming in to these places that have kept us from moving forward. The hidden subconscious, this is also being helped along. We've got some miracle energy coming in with this Jupiter Sextile Pluto. So as much as we're wallowing in our wounds and everything's resurfacing and it's like that Jupiter retrograde in Scorpio is bringing up all the shadows, but we've also got this energy for creative solutions going on with this Jupiter Sextile Pluto. This is exact and until the 16th. And so these next few days, the last few days of this exact sextile, maybe you're feeling it. It's kind of like, well, wait a minute. There's this impossible situation I've dealt with for years, maybe generations in my family line, maybe lifetimes. And I'm starting to see maybe there's a creative solution. Maybe it's not as difficult as I thought. Maybe there's a new perspective and a new way to see things. I just had to find out a little bit more of the truth. And so then I could adjust my world and adjust my reality. And this is kind of what's going on a huge scale in the world and also in our own individual psyche. And so use this next few days. We've got some magic. New moon next to Uranus. It's a couple of degrees before Uranus. So in the days after the new moon, which is really potent because the new moon is like the dark moon, and then it gradually comes back. And that crescent, growing crescent is really potent. So that's when, so the moon first will go over Uranus and then the sun will go over Uranus. Just a couple days after the new moon. Exactly. It's close enough to call it a conjunction at the new moon. And then it kind of goes and completes the exact conjunction. So it's like we're birthing into this new world, a new world of understanding based on the truth of who we really are, what we really want, and our willingness to stand up and take it. So this is a game-changing time right now where there's information coming in, radical shift of perspective in our understanding of what's been holding us back, and this new insight, new information helping us kind of like orient ourselves. You know, the miracles coming in with that Jupiter Pluto kind of like, okay, maybe it doesn't have to be so hard. Maybe it doesn't have to be so cut and dry. We're kind of inching our way along in this evolution because Jupiter's in the shadow and the Scorpio looking at the shadow, going into the depths of deep inside the our early childhood, our psyche, our sexual issues. And then Pluto is trying to break down and destroy the structures that are not based on who we really are anymore. And so it's kind of like, okay, look at the shadow a little bit, make these adjustments. And this is what's kind of happening in our world. So pay close attention, be present for these next few days because there's information coming in, there's radical shift of perspective, and this is all about stepping into this new chapter, a new birth for humanity, coming out a victim around our woundedness and using our woundedness as a tool, as an opportunity to get on the right path, to face the hard truths, to claim back our right to exist in the way we want to exist, which is with Aries, it's about passion, it's about life, it's about existence, it's about that force, the strength of coming in to incarnation. That's this Aries point at Chiron. Chiron has been in Pisces since 2010. Okay, so that's right at the time when Uranus, just after that, Uranus went into Aries and started all that Pluto-Uranus square that we're still trying, we're like, our world was rocked and we haven't been able to see the changes in our physical world yet. Our energetic world was rocked. So it's like Chiron moving into Aries and Uranus moving into Taurus next month saying, this is a new chapter. It's time for us to get up and stand up and move on and face the truth of where we've been victimized. Say an example of like our information being stolen from us and used to control us or to control our shopping habits and that kind of thing. That's some victimization stuff. And now it's like, wait a minute, since we didn't know that was happening fully, it wasn't like fully out in the open, it's hard to address that issue. And so that's what this Chiron at the end degrees of Pisces is about. It's like, digging up the wounds, and maybe somebody, often it's people who do this for us and trigger this for us. And so encountering people or situations that either have to do with the past or represent, kind of trigger the past for you. And it's kind of like people coming along and they don't even know what they're doing. It's just these energies working right now. And it's just kind of like, I'm just going to go in and open that wound for you. Like, that wound is like stitched up, but there's a little infection under it, and let's get it cleaned out. So the universe right now is digging in these wounds so that we can get empowered and come out of this woundedness and claim our right to live the way we want to live in our life. And so super potent energy, and it has not been time to move. It has not been time to take big steps. It's not been time to make decisions for a while now. And so this Mercury turning direct right on the new moon is a potent message from the universe saying, now it's time. It's time. And it's new. It's unexpected. It's different than you thought. So it's time to move forward, but you're going to have to orient. That's where that Jupiter Sextile Pluto is helping us just orient ourselves and kind of make these micro adjustments and see miracle solutions, being open to that and really using that energy. So foreshadowing what's coming up is that Mars in Capricorn is going to come up on Pluto, and that's going to happen later in the month. We're going to start feeling that around the 20th, 19th or so. And so we're kind of moving into this energy of our two power broker planets coming together in Capricorn, the sign of our structures. And that's where it's like there's just this like powerful energy coming together. And I'll talk more about that as it gets closer, but just heads up about that, because this Mars in Capricorn wants to really see some stuff happen. It wants to see some stuff happen. And in Capricorn, it's about the structural changes in our life that we need to make in our belief system structures, our system structures, like financial structure, political structure, you name it. We all have structures and in Aries energy, it's about our identity structures. And so it's all up for review, but it's going to feel good because it's like we're moving. Something's happening. We're doing something. Now we finally are getting the information we need to turn that corner and make the changes in our life to get on more of a true path that represents the truth of who we really are, the way we really want to live. So pay attention in these next couple of days to the information coming through. A great way to do that is to join me for the live activation. We're going to talk through the current astrology, make a beautiful sacred space for us, and then have a guided meditation to make the most of these new moon energies. And it's beautiful this month. It's happening tomorrow, Sunday, the 15th at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 1 p.m. Pacific Time and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. But join me for this live call. It's $10. And what's going to happen is we're going to tap into this energy, and you can set up a sacred space to get this information so you can make the most of the creative solutions, the miracles, the coincidences trying to come into your life to get you on that true path. It's where you feel like you can really move again. And it's been a long time. Think about 2010, think about that far back and where you were headed at that time, and a lot of people have felt kind of lost since then because they weren't going in the right direction, and they're trying to figure out how to get in the right direction. It feels like there's all these forces working against anything good in the world and anything positive. And it's just like, but now it's changing. This is a game-changing time, so take advantage of it. If you can join me for that live activation, that'd be awesome. You can also catch it on the replay. If your intention to join, it'll address your energetic needs with your intention to join, so you can catch on the replay real easily. And so it's really awesome because this time the activation, I'm doing it just a few hours, 6 hours before the actual new moon on Sunday night. So we're going to just really move into this energy and make the most of it. So I hope I'll see you there. Until next time. I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.